Hello everybody and welcome to American Truck Simulator, and today we're taking part in the very special event. It's the Truck at Home event that SES is running, and essentially you've got to deliver goods and equipment all around the place, cover 2,500 kilometres, which is about 1,700 miles there or thereabouts. And while all these truckies around the world virtually deliver these goods, SES is delivering towards towards various charities in support of obviously the havoc that's been wreaked by the good old coronavirus, which we are completely over already. But obviously, in the meantime, the real life truckies are out there doing an absolutely fantastic job getting goods out and about all around every country in the world. So we've picked up a job here. We're in Kingman, and we're going to be taking this to Los Angeles. I've attached a trailer. We've got a FedEx Express container trailer here, or a semi-trailer, and we are going to get in our truck. Let's do that right now, and let's head off on our journey. We haven't got much gas. It's not a very long. It helps if I put it in gear, everybody. Let's get this right. Boom. There we go. I'm a little bit rusty. But yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic event that SES are running right here, so if you haven't got on board with it, go ahead and do it. 2,500 kilometres, or about 1,700 miles. Someone will check up on me on that. Hopefully that's correct. That's just off the top of my head, by the way. But it's good to get back in the truck. I haven't really done a lot of trucking at all, to be fair. I'm supposed to stop here, but let's keep the momentum going so that we don't stall. I actually need to go ahead and download some of the DLC. There's a couple of states, or maybe one state, that I haven't downloaded yet in the game, so I need to go ahead and do that when I get the chance. And we're using our shifter, our homemade shifter right here, with the range splitter in it, so that makes it nice and easy. So I hope you've all been well. Oh, it's a lovely day here. Good day to deliver some equipment or whatever else is in this container. Actually, I think it said mortar. So, not too sure how that works, but maybe used in some sort of construction or something similar. And so we need to get onto the freeway right here, just 300 miles. I wonder what our range is. I think our range should be fine. We can always fill up closer to the point. Let's, I think if we go F6. Oh. Where's our range? Doesn't tell us on this truck. We're just going to have to hope for the best. How about that for planning? But yeah, if you haven't, I'm not too sure who's giving way here, let's just do it. If you haven't got on board with the event, go ahead and do it. Because not only are SES donating to the coronavirus cause, or COVID-19 cause, but you can also earn a little reward, a STEAM achievement, which will be a fairly rare type of award. And talking about maybe adding things to, or something to people's inventory later on. So, you know, a little bit of incentive there to get involved, but also just your own little way of supporting the truckies out there doing an absolutely fantastic job. Man, I'm feeling really foreign in this truck right here. I need to work on get into gear. I need to work on these graphics. I need to do some adjustments. It looks like my truck is being... Oh no, I was going to say the truck is being limited, but it hasn't with its speed. It's just not fast. I need to work on these graphics. Previously there was an option to run this in DX9, and they removed that option a few months ago actually, and since then you can see, you know, those railings up the top of the bridge, and just in the distance, just sort of on my near horizon where the horizon starts, like at the end of the road there and stuff like that, you can just see the shimmery graphics, which is basically like any sort of thin graphic becomes a little bit shimmery. You can see it down the right hand side here at the moment on these pylons on the rails there, and on the left-hand side of this bridge. Now it's not a big deal, to be honest. Oh, we should be going 55 here, everybody. So let's knock it down. Helps if you actually pay attention to what you should be doing. And look, it's not a deal breaker, and it's completely fine to play the game. It's not a major. It's just one of those things. Once you see it, it's a little bit annoying for me, at least. And so when I used to have the option to play this in DX9, it actually helped get rid of those. So it's one of those things I'm going to have to sort out in due course. So if anybody knows off the top of your head how to fix those, let me know. I'll probably go and do some searching after this and try to figure it out myself. But in the meantime, it's not a great big deal, as we're getting a lot of signs here for Los Angeles, which is pretty handy considering that's exactly where we're heading. A few clouds in the sky today. Considering this should be lockdown conditions, there seems to be too many people on the road. They better be out there for essential services. I'm picking that they're not. Oh, that guy stopped. Good, because I was starting to worry there for a second. I don't know how your neighbourhood is behaving under the lockdown. Ours seems to be pretty good, to be fair. Most people sticking to what they should be doing. Over here in New Zealand, about just under 2 weeks ago, we went into complete lockdown. So essentially, different services and businesses were identified as being essential. So think supermarkets, so obviously, hospital and healthcare goes without saying. All those sorts of things, and they were allowed to continue to operate, and literally every other business and person had to close down. And what that's meant is that most businesses that can, their employees are working from home now. I work from home anyway, so no big change for me, although not used to working home all day every day, because there's still out on the road components with my job. So being trapped at home for extended periods of time now, for a gamer, let's all be honest, not terrible. Although I've been so blimmin' busy that really haven't really had much time to get into any gaming really, or not much at all. Certainly during the week, but trying to make up for it in the weekend. So it's been really interesting to see how people. Oh, what do I get there? Oh, I was going to say that's money, but it's not. It's money out of our bank account. Yeah, it's been interesting to see how different people react to the lockdown. Some people flouting it or sort of living on the edge. Some other people are going completely the opposite and wearing full body hazmat suits and stuff like that. Some people think it's complete conspiracy, so that's interesting too. But so, no, it's been a very, very interesting sort of few weeks, and but one thing that the New Zealand government did was they completely locked down the country, locked the borders, all that sort of stuff. New Zealand is an island country, so it's not as though we've got other countries right beside us. So the closest country is probably Australia, which is a 3-hour flight away. So it is a big advantage when you're trying to contain things. And in fact, within the country itself, we've got the North Island and the South Island. So we've got even internal boundaries that we can contain the virus even a little bit more. So what they've done is gone hard and gone early with a view to try to completely close down everything and contain the virus. Well, we've got trouble up here, boys. Let's keep this going. Oh, no use indicating there, mates. What are you doing? Keep your eyes on the road, boy. Yeah, so they're basically trying to eradicate it as much as possible, go through a bit of short-term pain, and then hopefully get back to normal sooner rather than later. Oh, where? Please pull in for a vehicle stop. Okay, I'm happy to do that. Let's flick off that then. Of course I had to be weighed, didn't I? So yeah, so we're hoping that we can sort of get the virus under control as much as possible, and then avoid the need to have to be locked down for like a crap load of time, basically. Oh, that was terrible gear movement right there, Macy boy. let's... Okay, I will have a safe journey, thank you. So, yeah, so it's pretty much thrown most businesses into disarray, although it seems like throughout the world that's pretty standard. But in New Zealand so far, we've had, well, in a few hours I'll announce the latest stats, but really, so far we've had, yeah, I'll go over here, what am I doing, mate? Let's just pull out here, there we go, they can wait for me. We've had essentially 1,000 cases, there or thereabouts. So we're a population of about 5 million, just under. And so early on the testing, they weren't doing that much testing, but now they've increased it quite significantly. But overall we've had one person die who did have underlying complications. So I suppose when you look at some countries out in the world, we're certainly doing better than them, that's for sure. Our hospitals aren't in a position where they're completely overrun or anything like that. And I suppose the big advantage... Hold on, Mace. Look, there's a biplane going past. The big advantage that we had was we were able to react to what was happening out in the world, so we could see, you know, how this thing spread, and we're able to, you know, I think we're about 10 days behind Italy, there or thereabouts, and so we could see what happened there. We're able to anticipate it, so put some measures in place. So let's hope that it works, because this has been a big pain in the butt, to be fair. Obviously probably would in time will show hopefully that it was the right thing to do. But it's been very interesting seeing some, you know, particularly in the US, seeing how that's been completely, you know, New York, it's under the pump big time. Other parts of the country really struggling. So yeah, we're sort of glad we're not there. I mean, obviously we don't have the population that some of those places have, and I think if you look at somewhere like America, you've got a bunch of different states. Oh, whack my microphone, that was good effort. Right beside each other, so, you know, people travelling interstate all the time, you know, can very easily transmit, so it seems like that's been happening. But yeah, in the meantime, the good old truckies, well, they're getting all our equipment, all our goods, and making sure that we've got access to those. And one thing that's been interesting to sort of watch is over in Australia particularly, when the virus sort of first started to take hold, so we're talking probably 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, 3 or 4 weeks ago in fact, and everyone went rushing out there and bought toilet paper, and there were fights. You've probably seen the video of the big fight over toilet paper. Oh, you gotta laugh. It's not funny, really, but that sort of stuff, you sort of wonder what people are thinking. And here in New Zealand, it's been pretty orderly, I think. Supermarkets have got things under control, and like when you go past a local supermarket, you see lines of people outside, but it's only like, maybe I've only seen sort of 10 or 12 people at once, and they stand sort of at least 2 meters apart before they go in. And so, you know, and they've seemed to be pretty respectful of each other. Having said that, although I did read a story yesterday about a supermarket worker, actually about half an hour north of where I live, and they got punched in the face by some idiot who was getting all fired up over something. So, you know, you got to wonder about some people, eh? You know, these guys are just trying to do their job. Here we go, we're coming up to the Los Angeles interchange here. We'll go around this corner. I'm picking that 7 high is not where we want to be as the train goes around in the distance. I'll try to keep the pace on. Let's have a look at... Yep, we missed that pole. Sort of should be taking this a little bit wider, to be honest. Whoa. So yeah, after this job, I'll be 287 kilometres into my 2.5... Oh, am I doing kilometres or miles? No, I'm doing miles. So I'll be... Come on, get on my road, mate. He did too. Why would he even argue with this size of truck? So I'll be, 287 miles into 1,600 mile or 1,700 mile requirement. So Sunday here in New Zealand that I'm recording this. So probably just look to knock out a few more trips over the rest of the days. So yeah, it's also from a gaming point of view, it's it's had quite a big impact on, I see, The Last of Us 2, is it? Or 3, I don't know. I don't play that game, but I see that that's being delayed, although I think that's happened a couple of times with that game, so people will be wondering whether it's really got anything to do with this or not. Also, I see obviously a game that I'm following very closely, which is Microsoft Flight Simulator, the 2020 version. That's definitely be affected, although they're still, I mean, and you've got to give them big ups actually, they've still continued to put out updates. But those, some of the major updates have been delayed. And so, that's understandable, because I suppose, while you can work remotely, and particularly for a gaming type scenario where essentially you need a computer, more or less, although, now that I think about it, they do require to go out and record sounds and stuff like that for aircraft, so I suppose there's a bit of that. But on the whole, they can certainly do a lot of that work from home, but they probably do rely on being in the same room to a certain degree where they can collaborate easily, and it's just not the same over Skype or Zoom or whatever. It allows you to do your job to a certain degree, but it's not the same as being in an office altogether, that's for sure. So I can kind of understand why some of these titles are being delayed, and also from a release point of view, I suppose you probably don't want to release it at the moment while people are locked away, although you could argue that that's a great time to do it, because people got nothing else to do, some people. But of course, from a financial point of view too, people are really watching what they spend their money on. So, you probably expect your launch numbers not to be quite as good as you would hope. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword there for those guys, and probably their fine-tuning of their product before they send it out. Probably looking to do a bit of that. But although, once again, a lot of these companies don't fine-tune, and that's a big that's a big thing in the gaming world at the moment too. Is that telling me to turn into this lane, everybody? Truck lane, side vehicles only. I'm not slow, I'm going 55. So just 68 miles to go in this trip, everybody. It's been great to get back into the rig. This particular one, the K100, one of my favourite trucks, I've got to say. And I've done 2,660 miles. It's just ticked over too. Let me just get this into load. And I took it out of cruise control there, unfortunately. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite trucks. I haven't done a huge distance. It's only 2,600. It's not really that much. But I do like it with its fake wooden interior. So yeah, if you do have either American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator 2 that is, then get involved with the event. Like I say, 2,500 kilometres or 1,700 miles there or thereabouts. That's the number you're aiming for, and that's what they're looking to get everyone to do. And then I think as they hit certain milestones overall, then that's where their donation level goes to the next level. So yeah, the more trucking everyone does, the more donations they make, and also you get a chance to earn a little reward. Okay, what are we, 43 miles away? That is not far at all, everybody. Los Angeles, Phoenix, 1 mile exit only. A few trucks on the road I see, not surprising. Got those big off-ramps leading to those big freeways in the sky, very synonymous with LA. It looks as though my cruise control certainly isn't working. Just bang this down a gear. Might as well keep indicating, why not? Right. Probably turn it off now, everybody. I should have probably checked that there was no one coming. It certainly isn't a lesson in safe driving today, let's be honest. And it never really is. Okay, so I don't know what lane I need to be in here, everybody, so we'll just stick to this one. Okay, we've got the good old palm trees starting to rear their heads. So we know we're getting close. 19 miles away. Oh, we've got another issue up here. Seems like there's some... is it roadworks or is it an accident? We need to be across here. Let's just anticipate and get there. What do we got today? Looks like roadworks, okay. Probably a good time to be doing roadworks, to be fair, with no one around. Okay, we're turning off up here. Beautiful. Okay. It's going very nicely indeed. We're starting to see some sign of urban life right here. I'll just scoot in from, what would I go? 5th gear to 2nd gear. Gearbox loved it. Oh, Mace. That's good effort. Hopefully didn't roll back too quickly there. That wouldn't have been fun for those vehicles behind me. Doesn't look like there's anything coming there. No, we're going to go, even though technically we should come to a complete stop there, everybody. Luckily, that was good timing. The cop car wasn't quite there as we almost took him out. All right. Okay, here we are. Beautiful. Nice little drive. Didn't take too long whatsoever. Another, just a small contribution towards the overall total as we see Los Angeles City in the background there, the familiar cityscape. Looks like the doctor's open, although they've got bars on their window, so maybe they're not. Okay. Tell me I need to go in, up here. Here we go. Syntex. Okay, it's a hardware type place, so that sort of explains why we're delivering mortar. Okay. Where do you need it? Why do we do this to ourselves? Oh, right there. Okay, well that's easy. Can we go around the building? I assume we can. You know what assume means. But yeah, it looks like there's tyre tracks here. This could be very, very easy. I don't even have to back. Great. It's always good in a video where you can save yourself some embarrassment. My backing skills are so terrible. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Truck at home event. First delivery. Make sure you get amongst it, everybody. You know you want to. Is it down in here? Yep, it is indeed. Let's take it nice and wide so I don't absolutely smash the side of this building. Oh, there's not much room there, boys. Well, we got away with it. Now, if all parking was like this, I would be very, very happy indeed. This is the first time I've been to a store like this, which shows how little I've played this game. There we go. Decoupling right there. We've got to remember to fill up with some gas too. And there we go. Mortar delivered from Kingman to Los Angeles, everybody. A cool little 9,400. And we're now level 16, which is not very high at all. But there we go, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this short little trip. Make sure you get amongst the event. Great cause. And until next time, everybody, take it easy.